The average American will spend approximately $229,000 on their car over a lifetime. They will obsess over their credit score, refinance their mortgage 3 times, and check their Robinhood app 14 times a day during market volatility. They will read every article about Bitcoin's next bull run, debate the merits of growth versus value investing, and proudly display their financial literacy by discussing compound interest at dinner parties. And yet, these same Americans, the ones who believe they're financially sophisticated, are hemorrhaging between $300,000 and $400,000 in lifetime earnings because they refuse to invest in the single most important asset they will ever own. Not real estate, not cryptocurrency, not even a diversified index fund. A mattress, but not just any mattress. The correct mattress. The one that transforms the 8 hours you spend unconscious into a cognitive weapon that compounds silently while you dream. You see, Wall Street has sold you a beautiful lie. They have convinced you that wealth is built exclusively through aggressive capital allocation, through timing the market, through finding asymmetric upside in volatile assets. And while those strategies matter, and I will never tell you otherwise, the greatest arbitrage opportunity in America right now is not hiding in some obscure DeFi protocol or in the next pre-IPO unicorn. It is hiding in your bedroom. And the fact that no one is talking about this tells you everything you need to know about how the financial industrial complex actually operates. My name is Xavier. Today, I am going to dismantle one of the most expensive blind spots in American personal finance. By the end of this deep dive, you will understand exactly why the return on investment from a premium sleep system exceeds Bitcoin, outperforms the S&P 500, and creates a compounding cognitive advantage that the elite have quietly weaponized for decades. If you value high-level financial clarity over surface-level noise, the kind of insight that gets buried because it cannot be monetized by brokerage firms, you may want to join this network by subscribing. This is the analysis that changes how you allocate not just your money, but your biological capital. Let us begin. The American financial education system has created an interesting paradox. We teach people about the time value of money. We explain how $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow because of its potential earning capacity. We draw charts showing how $25 a week invested at 7% annual returns becomes over $100,000 in 30 years. And this is all correct. Mathematically irrefutable. But here's what they never taught you in any economics class, in any personal finance bestseller, in any YouTube video promising passive income. The quality of every financial decision you make, the pattern recognition that separates profitable trades from devastating losses, the willpower required to maintain a high savings rate, the cognitive bandwidth necessary to build multiple income streams. All of this runs on a biological operating system that is either optimized or degraded based on how well you slept the night before. This is not wellness content dressed up as finance. This is pure, cold, calculated economics applied to human performance. Let me give you the numbers because this is where it gets uncomfortable. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience demonstrated that a single night of sleep deprivation reduces glucose metabolism in the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for executive function, impulse control, and complex decision-making, by up to 12%. Now, think about what happens in that brain region during your financial life. It is where you resist the impulse to panic sell during a market correction. It is where you calculate whether refinancing your mortgage actually makes sense after closing costs. It is where you recognize a predatory lending scheme disguised as opportunity. A 12% reduction in the operational efficiency of this region, compounded over thousands of financial decisions across a career, is not a minor performance variation. It is a systematic wealth leak that no diversification strategy can patch. The research from the Rand Corporation quantified this in a way that should terrify any American serious about building wealth. Their analysis found that individuals sleeping less than 6 hours per night cost the U.S. economy $411 billion annually in lost productivity and poor decision-making. $411 billion. To put that in perspective, that exceeds the GDP of Austria. It exceeds the entire market capitalization of most Fortune 100 companies. And while this is a macroeconomic figure, the microeconomic reality is even more devastating. Researchers at Harvard Medical School calculated that sleep-deprived professionals in high-stakes industries, and I would argue personal finance is a high-stakes industry for every individual, experience decision-making degradation equivalent to having a blood alcohol concentration of 0.05. You would never manage your portfolio while drinking. But millions of Americans are effectively doing exactly that because they refuse to treat sleep as a non-negotiable asset class. Now here's where I need you to think like an investor for a moment. When you purchase shares in a company, you are buying a claim on future earnings. When you purchase real estate, you are buying a claim on future rental income and appreciation. When you purchase cryptocurrency, you are making a speculative bet on future adoption and network effects. But when you purchase a premium sleep system, and I mean a genuinely engineered mattress, not the $200 Amazon special that off-gases chemicals into your respiratory system, you are purchasing a claim on the optimized performance of the most sophisticated wealth-generating machine in existence, your own brain. The difference is that this asset does not fluctuate with Federal Reserve policy. It does not crash when inflation data comes in hot. It compounds silently, invisibly, while you are unconscious, preparing you to extract maximum value from every waking hour. Consider the decision architecture of a typical American professional. On any given day, you might be negotiating a salary increase, deciding whether to contribute to a Roth IRA or a traditional 401k, evaluating a side business opportunity, resisting lifestyle inflation after promotion, calculating the true cost of that new car lease, or recognizing when your financial advisor is recommending products that benefit their commission structure more than your net worth. Each of these decisions has a quantifiable impact on your lifetime wealth, and the quality of each decision is directly correlated to the neurological infrastructure you bring to the table. When researchers at the University of California, Berkeley examined the risk assessment capabilities of sleep-deprived versus well-rested subjects, they found that tired participants consistently overestimated potential gains while underestimating potential losses. This is the exact cognitive profile that causes retail investors to buy at market tops and sell at market bottoms. This is the exact cognitive profile that makes Americans vulnerable to get-rich-quick schemes, over-leveraged positions, and the kind of FOMO-driven purchases that erode wealth systematically over time. So let's talk about actual numbers. The average American sleeps 6.8 hours per night when they need between 7 and 9 for full cognitive restoration. This chronic sleep debt accumulates what neuroscientists call allostatic load, a fancy term for biological stress that degrades performance across every cognitive domain. If we conservatively estimate that optimized sleep improves decision quality by just 5% across all financial choices, and the research suggests the real number is significantly higher, we can begin to calculate the lifetime wealth impact. Consider an individual earning the median American household income of approximately $74,000. Over a 40-year career, assuming modest 2% annual raises, they will earn roughly $4.3 million in gross income. A 5% improvement in decisions affecting savings rate, investment selection, career negotiation, and consumption choices could easily translate to a net wealth difference of $200,000 or more at retirement. And that is using absurdly conservative estimates. But here is where it gets interesting. The typical premium mattress, the kind with properly engineered support zones, temperature regulation, and materials that actually promote rather than inhibit sleep architecture, cost between $2,000 and $4,000. Let us use the high end. For $1,000 for a sleep system that you will use for approximately 10 years. That is $400 per year. That is $33 per month. That is roughly the cost of a single streaming service that you use to watch shows while you should be sleeping anyway. The return on this investment, even using the most conservative cognitive improvement estimates, exceeds 5,000%. 5,000%. You cannot find that return in any traditional asset class. You cannot find it in venture capital. You cannot find it in cryptocurrency speculation. It exists in this strange blind spot where health optimization intersects with financial strategy, and almost no one is talking about it because there is no commission structure attached. Now I want to address something that I know is happening in some minds right now. Some of you are thinking this is a mattress advertisement disguised as financial content. It is not. I have no affiliate links. I am not selling you a specific brand. What I am doing is forcing you to confront an economic reality that has been hidden from you precisely because it cannot be institutionally monetized. Think about it. Goldman Sachs cannot sell you a better sleep system. Fidelity cannot package your circadian rhythm into an ETF. The entire financial services industry has a vested interest in keeping you focused exclusively on assets that generate fees, commissions, and trading revenue for them. Meanwhile, the actual infrastructure of your wealth-building capacity, your cognitive performance, your decision quality, your willpower reserves, gets zero attention because there is no way for them to extract value from it. This is not conspiracy. This is just incentive structure. The financial industry profits when you think wealth is built exclusively through their products. They do not profit when you realize that the highest return investment might be a piece of furniture in your bedroom. Let us go deeper into the neuroscience because I think it is important to understand exactly what is being stolen from you by chronic sleep deprivation. During deep slow-wave sleep, your brain engages in something called memory consolidation. This is when the information you absorb during the day, including financial concepts, investment strategies, market patterns, and negotiation techniques, gets transferred from short-term to long-term storage. When you cut this phase short, you are literally preventing your brain from building the knowledge infrastructure that creates financial sophistication over time. You can read every investing book ever written, consume thousands of hours of financial content, and attend expensive seminars. But if you are not sleeping properly, a significant percentage of that investment in knowledge acquisition is simply evaporating. You are paying tuition for an education that your brain cannot retain. This is not metaphor. This is neurological reality documented across hundreds of peer-reviewed studies. Additionally, there is the matter of cortisol. Chronic sleep deprivation elevates baseline cortisol levels, which triggers a cascade of effects that directly impact financial behavior. Elevated cortisol increases risk aversion during exactly the wrong market conditions, causing you to sell during corrections instead of buying. It simultaneously reduces impulse control, making you more susceptible to emotional purchases and lifestyle inflation. It creates a chronic low-grade anxiety that pushes individuals towards short-term thinking at the expense of long-term wealth building. The average American who cannot understand why they never seem to get ahead financially, despite earning a decent income, despite knowing the basic principles, often has no idea that their biochemistry is actively sabotaging their financial behavior because they have not slept properly in years. Let me tell you about the quiet advantage that the genuinely wealthy understand. I have observed patterns in high net worth individuals that rarely get discussed in mainstream financial media. These people are not just obsessing over asset allocation models. They are ruthlessly optimizing every variable that affects decision quality. The mattress in the billionaire's home is not a status symbol. It is a carefully selected piece of cognitive infrastructure. Their sleep schedule is not a suggestion. It is a non-negotiable component of their wealth-building system. They understand something that takes most people decades to realize. You cannot consistently outperform your biological constraints. You can have the greatest investment thesis in the world, but if you're trying to execute it with a degraded prefrontal cortex, you'll underperform someone with a mediocre thesis and an optimized brain. This is why the wealth gap compounds so aggressively. It is not just about capital. It is about decision quality, differential compounding over time. Now, let us bring this back to the Bitcoin comparison in my title, because I know that is what some of you clicked for. Bitcoin has generated extraordinary returns for early adopters. I am not here to debate whether cryptocurrency has a place in a diversified portfolio. But consider this. Bitcoin's historical returns are entirely path-dependent. If you bought at the right time, you made money. If you bought at the wrong time, you are still underwater on a purchase from 3 years ago. There is no skill premium in Bitcoin beyond timing and risk tolerance. The returns are a function of when you entered, not what you contributed. A mattress is the opposite investment profile entirely. The returns compound based on your consistent utilization. Every single night you sleep on a properly engineered surface, you're depositing cognitive capital into your brain. Every morning you wake up with a fully restored prefrontal cortex. You are positioning yourself to extract maximum value from every financial decision you encounter. There is no timing risk. There is no volatility. There is only consistent, compounding cognitive optimization that translates directly into better financial outcomes. And here's what no one wants to admit. The reason Americans are so resistant to this framing is because it is not exciting. It does not trigger the dopamine response of watching a cryptocurrency portfolio spike 20% overnight. It does not create the narrative satisfaction of discovering a hidden gem stock before the crowd. It is boring. It is practical. It requires no financial sophistication to execute. Just a willingness to acknowledge that your biological infrastructure matters more than your technical analysis. And that is precisely why it works. The boring strategies, the ones that generate no social media engagement, no dinner party bragging rights, no dopamine hits, those are consistently the highest return strategies in existence. The Roth IRA was boring for 2 decades before people realized its power. Index investing was considered intellectually lazy until it systematically outperformed active management. And sleep optimization as a financial strategy will remain obscure until enough people calculate the actual numbers and realize what they've been leaving on the table. I want to leave you with a question that I think deserves genuine reflection. When you look at your current financial situation, your savings rate, your investment returns, your income trajectory, how many of the decisions that created that reality were made in a state of optimal cognitive function? How many were made tired, stressed, or running on caffeine and willpower fumes? And if you are honest with yourself, can you really say that your underperformance relative to your potential is purely a function of market conditions, information asymmetry, or limited opportunity? Or is there a chance, even a small one, that you've been systematically sabotaging your own financial future by treating sleep as the expendable variable in your optimization equation? The wealthy understand that money follows energy, that energy follows decisions, and that decisions follow the neurological infrastructure doing computing. They invest aggressively in that infrastructure because they have run the numbers and recognize the asymmetric upside. Meanwhile, the masses continue to believe that wealth is built exclusively through clever financial maneuvers executed by tired people staring at screens at midnight, convinced they are working harder than everyone else. They are not working harder. They are working impaired. And the gap between their potential and their reality grows wider with every night of compromised sleep, every degraded decision, every opportunity their tired brain could not recognize. The choice, as it always has been, is yours. You can continue allocating your capital exclusively toward traditional financial assets while ignoring the biological platform that processes all of your financial decisions. Or you can adopt the integrated approach that the genuinely sophisticated have already embraced, treating your cognitive infrastructure as the primary asset class from which all other returns flow. A $2,000 mattress generating 5,000% returns over a decade. A fully restored prefrontal cortex, making decisions that compound silently across 40 years of earning. A biological operating system finally running at the capacity it was designed for. This is not wellness content. This is not lifestyle optimization dressed in financial language. This is the coldest, most calculated economic analysis you will encounter, precisely because it reveals an arbitrage opportunity that the financial industry cannot monetize. And perhaps that is exactly why you have never heard it framed this way before.